let us understand what is board mass. Board mass is the order of precedence of arithmetic operators. For example, the expansion for board mass is brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So this is the order of precedence. If I have, okay, for example, imagine I have 2 plus 2 star 5. Okay, so usually how the precedence will be, you have multiplication. Okay, so the multiplication is the first precedence. So what will happen? 5 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 10. Okay, and 10 plus 2, which is equal to 12. So the answer of this expression will be 12. Let us execute this. You can see that x stored 12. Okay, so now if I'm just going to change, that is, I'm going to include the brackets now. You can see here that I have included the bracket. Okay, according to the order of precedence, addition is the least precedence compared with multiplication, but in the addition operator I have used the brackets. Okay, so this is the expression. Okay, so what happens here, this 2 plus 2 will be evaluated first. Okay, so this 2 plus 2, which is 4, and 4 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 20, will be the output now. You can see here. Okay, so now I'm just going to add some more brackets into it. I'm going to add a new expression. Okay, where I'm having 8 minus 2 inside the bracket, and also okay, so here you can see that I have multiple brackets. Okay, so the order will proceed from the leftmost one. So what will happen? 8 minus 2, where the 8 minus 2 output will be 6. Okay, multiplied by, and the innermost bracket will be evaluated, that is 2 plus 2, which is 4, and 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1. Okay, so now 6 multiplied by 1 will be evaluated, and the output for this expression will be 6. Okay, so let me explain you clearly that what will happen. The first expression, which is inside the bracket, that is the leftmost bracket, will be evaluated, and the value will be 6. And then the another bracket, the right side expression, that is right side of this asterisk expression, it will check for the bracket where you have an inner bracket, right? So what will happen? 5 minus 2 plus 2, which will be evaluated. So 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, now the value of 5 minus 4, which is equal to 1. Okay, now what happens? The leftmost expression of this asterisk operator, answer is 6, which is multiplied by the rightmost expressions of the rightmost operand of the asterisk operator, which is 1. So 6 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 6. Okay, so this is what board mass rule. This is often used in almost all the mathematical calculations. Let us understand about keywords in Python. Keywords in Python are reserved words which are used as identifiers, function name, or variable name. They help define the structure and syntax of the language. For example, if is a keyword, true is a keyword which is a boolean value, false is a keyword. So you should not use these keywords to define a user defined variable or user defined function. There are totally 33 keywords in Python which can be changed in the upcoming versions. So let us see how to display the list of keywords in Python. You have to import the module or a package named keyword. Okay, and then you can just print keyword dot keyword list. Okay, that is KW list. You can see that these are all the keywords which are available in Python. So always remember, you should not use these keywords to define your own like user defined variable or user defined functions or for any other purpose. Only you should use this accordingly. Let us understand the difference between list and tuple in Python. Usually, lists are created using a square bracket. Okay, for example, I can create a list like this. You can see that the list is created with these elements. Okay, and I can also use list to create strings. Okay, so I'm creating a list of strings. So I can also create a list of boolean values. Okay, so this is also possible with a list. And I can also create a list as a combination of all the data types like this. Okay, so here you can see that I have used the integer, string, floating point number, and boolean values. Okay, so this is also possible. Whereas you have to create a tuple with the parenthesis. Okay, I'm just creating a tuple with parenthesis. Okay, you can see that a tuple is created here, so you can visualize it. Okay, fine. So I'm just trying to create a mix of tuples. Okay, so that is also possible. But to create a list, you need to create with a square bracket. To create a tuple, you have to create with a parenthesis. This is the very first difference. The next one is lists are mutable. Okay, that is you can change the size of the list at any point of time. For example, for currently I'm just deleting all these lists. Okay, so if I want to add or update any list, okay, I can do that. For example, if I want to add, like if I want to update 2 instead of this one, okay, so I can specify its index value, and if I change to 2, you can see that it has been updated to 2. Got it? Okay, so even if I want to update that Python into R, okay, you can see that Python has been updated, like changed to R. And you know how to add a value at the end of the list using append function that we have discussed previously. Now, if I try to do the same thing in the tuple, okay, I'm just going to do the same thing, like to update an existing data in a tuple. Let's see. Okay, mix, and it's also indexed with 0. If I'm trying to update it with 2, you can see that it's not updated, and here it is showing that some error. Okay, it's a line error. So let us see what is the error it's showing, because it is a tuple, no, it is immutable. That is, if you declare a value, you cannot change the tuple value once it's declared. That is why tuples are called as immutable. Means this is constant. Once you have declared, you cannot change it. Whereas lists are mutable. We can change at any point of time. Okay. And the third difference is lists are slower than tuples. Okay. Whereas tuples are faster than list. Fine. So basically, for executing, while if you execute a tuple, it will be very faster than list. Fine. Then here I couldn't save anything, like I couldn't change anything, right? So why should I opt for tuple? If you want to share any non-writable document or a data, okay, if you want to share with someone that the data should not be changed or updated by anybody, then you can go ahead with a tuple. Or if the data can be changed, then you can go ahead with the list. So most probably many will be using tuple because they doesn't want anyone to change it. That is, it is read only. Okay, hope you understand the difference between list and tuple. I'm just summarizing the points. Lists are enclosed with a square bracket, whereas tuples are enclosed with a parenthesis. Lists are mutable, whereas tuples are immutable. Mutable means changeable, whereas immutable means you cannot change it. Lists are slower than tuples, whereas tuples are faster than list.